Wednesday, 8:15 a.m. Arthur steps out of the entrance of his residential complex. He is 34 years old. He is an efficiency consultant. His job is to find unnecessary seconds in business processes and ruthlessly eliminate them. Time is money is not just a saying for him, it's his religion. Arthur doesn't simply walk down the street. He moves along the optimal trajectory. Wireless earbuds in his ears. A podcast on neurohacking plays at 2x speed. The hosts' voices sound like chipmunk squeaks, but Arthur is used to it. This way, he absorbs information twice as fast. His gaze scans the space like a Terminator. 50 meters to the traffic light. If I increase my pace by 10%, I'll make it on green and save 40 seconds of waiting. He quickens his step. His coat flaps behind him. He makes it. Welcome to Arthur's world. A world where there are no flowers, only functions. In his apartment, there are no dust collectors, like paintings or souvenirs. A chair exists to be sat on. Food exists to deliver proteins and carbohydrates. Sleep exists to recharge neurons. He despises people who waste time. That street musician over there, tuning his guitar. Pointless. That couple kissing by the metro entrance, blocking the way. Inefficient. The old man feeding pigeons. A system error. Arthur sincerely believes he is smarter than all of them. He is a biorobot version 2.0. He doesn't live, he functions. And he is proud of it. The only thing he fails to notice is that his life resembles a perfectly flat line on a heart monitor. And a flat line means death. 8:25 a.m. Arthur reaches the intersection where he turns every morning for the last 5 years. But today, there's a police car. Yellow tape, an accident. The passage is blocked. Arthur stops. His internal timer glitches. He pulls out his phone, opens maps. GPS recalculates the route. Detour via 4th Avenue. Estimated time plus 12 minutes. 12 minutes! The words burst out of him. For Arthur, this is a catastrophe. This means being late for the morning briefing. This means the collapse of the perfect schedule. He looks around, searching for a loophole. And then he notices it. A narrow passage between 2 old brick buildings. It's not even a street, just a technical gap. Dark, littered with boxes, walls covered in graffiti. This shortcut isn't on any map. Logic, the voice in his head, screams, "Don't go there. It's dirty. You'll ruin your shoes. Follow the navigator." But something else kicks in. Something long forgotten, atrophied. Curiosity. What if it's shorter? What if he can cheat the system and cut the corner? Arthur ducks into the passage. It smells of dampness and rust. The sounds of the city, car horns, sirens, fade away as if someone turned the volume way down. He walks fast, stepping over puddles. He just wants to get out quickly, back into his clear asphalt world. But then he hears a sound. Thump, thump, thump. A steady, muffled rhythm. It's not a jackhammer. It's not an engine. It's wood. Someone is hitting wood. Arthur slows down. Ahead, he sees old, rusted gates of some kind of hangar or garage. One leaf is slightly ajar. The sound is coming from there. Arthur glances at his watch. He's already late. "Keep walking, idiot," his brain tells him. But his feet stop on their own. Arthur pulls out one earbud. The podcast goes silent. He steps closer to the gates and looks inside. What he sees makes him freeze in place. It's an inner courtyard. A concrete well, squeezed on all sides by skyscraper walls. Almost no sunlight reaches here. And in the middle of this concrete sack stands a ship. A huge wooden schooner, keel, ribs of the frames, the sharp smell of fresh shavings and varnish that hits the nose even from a distance. It looks like a hallucination, like a surreal dream. The nearest ocean is hundreds of miles away. The gates to the courtyard are far too narrow. This ship could never sail out of here. Around the ship walks an old man. He's wearing a denim overall, gray beard dusted with sawdust. Calmly, unhurriedly, he planes aboard. Shk, shk. Arthur can't hold back. This sight shatters his logic. It is outrageously inefficient. He steps into the courtyard. "Excuse me," he calls out. The old man lifts his head. He has clear, laughing eyes. "Good morning," he says. "What are you doing?" Arthur waves his hand at the enormous vessel. "Why? Don't you understand there's no way out? You'll never launch her. The gates are too narrow. The walls are too high. This is pointless." The old man smiles. He sets the plane aside and wipes his hands on a rag. "I know, son. I know she'll never sail." "Then why?" Arthur almost shouts. "You're wasting time, resources, energy. For what?" The old man walks up to the side of his ark and lovingly runs his palm over the smooth wood. "I'm not building her to sail," he says quietly. "I'm building her because I love the smell of cedar. I love the way the wood sings under the tool. I love the process itself." Arthur blinks. "The process? But where's the result? Where's the KPI?" "The result is what I feel right now," the old man answers. "I'm happy while I build. And you? Are you happy while you run?" That question hits Arthur harder than any punch in the gut. He looks at the old man. He looks calm, alive, full. Then Arthur looks at his expensive watch, ticking away the seconds of his efficient life. He realizes that this crazy old man in a dirty courtyard, building a ship that will never see the sea, is the wisest person he has ever met. Because the old man is living, while Arthur is simply managing to die on schedule. Arthur doesn't pick up the plane. He doesn't quit his job the same day. That would be too cinematic. He simply stands there for another 10 minutes. He breathes in the smell of sawdust. He watches how a single ray of sunlight falls across the wooden hull. Then he turns around and leaves. He arrives at work 40 minutes late. The first time in 7 years. He walks into the office in the middle of an important meeting. All heads turn. His boss looks at him with confusion. "Arthur, you're late. Is something wrong?" Arthur looks at his colleagues, at the charts on the screen, at this sterile, plastic world. "No," he says, "nothing's wrong. I just took a different route." That day, he doesn't listen to podcasts. In the evening, when he leaves the office, he doesn't build a route in the navigator. He just walks. He turns into an alley that seems interesting to him. He stops to listen to a street musician and tosses him $1. He buys coffee not from a chain cafe through an app, but from a strange little shop where the barista chats with him for 5 minutes about nothing at all. It's inefficient. It's foolish. It takes too long. But for the first time in many years, Arthur tastes the coffee, and he tastes the air. And now, let's talk about you. Look at your route. You too walk the same rails every day. Home, work, store, series, sleep. You've optimized your life to avoid pain and mistakes. But along with the mistakes, you've also filtered out the miracles. We're so afraid of wasting time that we forget the main truth. Time is given to us precisely so that we can spend it. On joy, on foolishness, on contemplation, on building ships that will never sail. The shortest path is a straight line, but on a straight line there are no views. A straight line is a tunnel. Do yourself a favor, this evening, or tomorrow morning. Turn. Just turn onto the next street. Walk where you've never been before. Go into the shop whose sign you don't like. Talk to the person who seems strange. Break the algorithm. Because life doesn't hide in the schedule. Life hides in the alleys that aren't on any map. Turn off this video. Put your phone in your pocket. And go where the navigator arrows don't point. Go find your own arc.